He goes, when my pilot training, we are constantly put in situations where something's wrong, right? And you got to land that plane. And he goes, and you look at that something's wrong, but at the same time, you got to do all these other things to like land that plane.
Yep.
And if you put 100% of your effort on that one thing that's wrong, you're going to crash the plane.
Your success and growth all start in your mind. So get ready for another mind shift. Hello and welcome to Mind Shift. If you're just discovering this show right now, my name is Joshua Kangley, and this show is all about motivation, positivity, and inspiration. Real quick, you can go to www.hellomynameisjosh.com. There you can learn more about me, who the heck is Joshua Kangley, and learn more about my books, like you can see behind me, and about the show Mind Shift. You can learn all about me there. That's hellomynameisjosh.com. Now, if you have any questions about me, any of the guests on this show, or if you know someone who wants to be a guest on the show, email me at josh@hellomynameisjosh.com. Also, if you're listening to the audio version right now, go ahead and be sure to remember to come on over to YouTube Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central. That's when we do the live streams. Very fun and engaging. Love doing that. And also on YouTube, of course, we drop a new Mind Shift every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central. Okay? On this show, you're going to meet amazing people that I call guiding lights, like our next guest, which we will get to momentarily. Our next guest today is fearless, and you will see why in a few moments. But first, before we get to that, first of all, just thank you so much for tuning into the show. This show, I want to say a special thank you to all of our educators out there, all of our first responders out there, really making a difference and impacting us right now through these times, right? So huge thank you. This show is all about you because our next guest is an educator. So now I want to set our next guest up, right? And I want to set today's show off with a couple quotes. The first quote is by Langston Hughes, okay? And he says, I have discovered in life that there are ways of getting almost anywhere you want to go, if you really want to go. And again, that's by Langston Hughes. The other quote is an unknown, but we've all heard, I think, to some degree, this before, but it is a great quote and what our next guest is all about. And this quote goes, winners are ordinary people with extraordinary determination. We need fearless leaders. We need inspired leaders and inspirational leaders that can get us through this. And you're going to see why our next guest is so amazing and why it's so perfect for our show, Mind Shift, because he, throughout this pandemic, has been busy. He is an Olympian wrestler. He is highly educated. We're talking about 7 degrees here, okay? He's a double vetter. He also is an award-winning author, speaker, and educator. That's right. He is an educator. He is actually going back into the classroom Monday. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you, so happy to introduce to you, our next guest, Dan Blanchard. Let's go to that conversation. Dan, welcome to the show.
Love to be back, Josh. How are you?
Good, good. I'm so excited for this show. This show is Mind Shift. And what better person to have on the show than you, Dan, because we've talked before and, you know, in the middle of this pandemic, and you had a great mindset. So you're an educator. You're right in the middle of all this right now. And I'm just so interested to get your take, to keep that conversation going with you. But before we get to all that, Dan, just real quick, if you could, I know you have probably audience from your side of things coming to the show, people from my audience come over here, and a lot of new people. So if you could just go ahead and introduce yourself a bit to everybody today.
All right, Josh, thanks. My name is Dan Blanchard. I'm a best-selling and award-winning author, speaker, educator, TV host. I've got 14 years of college completed in 7 degrees, 2-time junior Olympian wrestler, twice the coach of the Junior Olympics, This may be back to my glory days, but I just wrote a book about my state championship football team that I played a pivotal part on. And they're talking about maybe a Netflix limited series on that, which would be really cool. What else? Just real quick. Oh, I'm a double veteran. A lot of people are like, what the heck is that? I'm a veteran of the Army and a veteran of the Air Force. And presently, I'm a special education teacher and a social studies teacher. So I'm the special ed guy that does all the special ed testing, modifications, meetings, PPTs, communications, and I teach all the history classes in my school at the same time. So I'm like tearing it up over here, making things happen. I've got a bunch of best-selling books going on right now. Just some really cool stuff happening, Josh. And it's great to be back on your show, buddy.
It's great to visit with you again, because you just, everything that you just mentioned, Dan, about your accomplishments is just so huge. And so here's what I want to dig into with you, because Olympian, 7 degrees, a double vetter. Holy smokes. All your books that you have going on. So what I want to know here, this show is called The Mind Shift, and I'm hoping today to spark some people out there, especially in these current times. What, Dan, drives you? What drives you to excel at that pace, at that, ability?
It's funny you bring it up. I remember when I became the president of the Association of Publishers for Special Sales. It's an international association. And I became the Connecticut president. And the former president, when she was introducing me, Josh, she said, I want to introduce everybody to Dan Blanchard. He's fearless. He's scared of nothing. And she started ringing off some of my accomplishments. And I get up there and I say, hey, June, I got to be honest with you and with everybody here. It was a wonderful introduction. But let me just tell you right now, I'm not fearless. I'm freaking scared all the time. One of the things I'm scared of is I'm scared of failure. Right? I'm too scared not to be successful. I'm too scared not to give my best effort. You know what I'm saying? If I don't give my best effort, I feel like a jerk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm afraid to feel like a jerk. I remember way back, now I'm going back a while ago, when I was wrestling in the state finals and all that, and I was wrestling as a beast. Nobody thought I could beat this kid, but I was afraid of looking like an idiot out there, looking foolish. So my thing was, I'm going to give this kid the match of his life so I don't look dumb. You know what I'm saying? And I went out there and gave him the match of his life. And at the very end, my coach pulled me aside and said, have you done everything you came here to do? And I said, not yet. Now I'm winning. And I went in and I won the match. Total upset, huge upset. Just like that football game I told you about when we won the states. That was the biggest upset in Connecticut football history. And we pulled it off because me and a bunch of guys like me, who are like this unassuming guys, we're nothing special, but we're afraid of looking stupid and failing. So we just give it our all the time. And then at least you hang in there. You put up a good fight. You know what I'm saying? And every now and then you get to win. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then you get to win if you put up that big fight. So I think you got to do that.
Yes.
You always got to put up that good fight, no matter what you're doing. And if you're going to lose, so be it. Go ahead and lose. At least you put up a good fight. At least you can be proud of yourself that you put up a good fight and you didn't cower somewhere in a corner and chicken out and not show your face or hide. You didn't do any of that stuff. You showed up and you put up a good fight. If you do that all the time, you'd be surprised. Like I said, every now and then you get to win. And sometimes those wins are big wins, and that's really cool. So Josh, if you don't mind me jumping, I want to jump into an example today.
Yes,
okay?
please.
This COVID thing that's going on, what I'm saying? I've been cranking out books and cranking out all sorts of things during this COVID time. Today, me and my family went for a walk, and we went for a long one. I got 5 kids, what I'm saying? They're all still young. So my youngest daughter, we took them a pretty long walk today. We went over 4 miles in the woods. Wow. And I got to tell you, my baby little girl, she's looking at maybe mile 2.5, right? And she just starts dragging her feet and whining. Dad, I want to go home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm soothing her, and her mother's soothing her. We're saying, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Come on, you got to get it in your mind. Relax. Enjoy what you're doing. Look, it's just a beautiful, comforting walk in the woods, right? And then after a while, my wife put on a little music, right? She started soothing. Her mindset shifted. And next thing you know, it was just like a little comforting, fun walk. We gave her the dog to hold on to. You know what I'm saying? She's holding. And I got to tell you, mile, like maybe 3.2 to like mile, like let's say 4.2, a breeze for her. You know, we got back to the car and I said, hey, I go, that last mile was so easy for you. And you look like you were about to plop down, you know, back around mile like 2.5. I mean, how did you do that? You know what I'm saying? So here's my little baby girl, right? You know, she's not a baby, but I still call her my little baby. Here's my little baby girl. And what happened to her? She's a little teeny girl. What happened to her? She had just a little mind shift. Sometimes in through the nose, out through the mouth. You just control your breathing. You control your thoughts. I always say train your brain, right? Train your brain. Thoughts become things. You know, if you're sitting there thinking about that one thing that's killing you, well, then that's what's going to happen, right? And it's so funny, Josh, we're having this conversation because my old buddy Greg called me today. He's a pilot down in Florida. And we were talking about the COVID.
Yeah.
And he was like, listen, Dan, he goes, through my pilot training, this is what I learned, right? He goes, and this is helping me live my life during COVID. And he said this today. So this is awesome that we're talking. He said, hey, Dan, he goes, when my pilot training, we are constantly put in situations where something's wrong, right? And you got to land that plane. And he goes, and you look at that something's wrong, but at the same time, you got to do all these other things to like land that plane.
Yep.
And if you put 100% of your effort on that one thing that's wrong, you're going to crash the plane. He goes, you got to focus on the bigger picture and you got to do all the things you got to do to land that plane, you know, to be successful in life, to make sure you get the right mind shift. And then you manage that problem. I'm saying you don't make it bigger than it is. I'm saying you manage that problem. And that's how you land that plane. And that's how I beat that guy back in the state tournament all those years ago. Everybody said he was too big for me. And I just managed that, you know, I looked at the bigger picture, did what I had to do, and just managed that problem. Yeah. And then next thing I know, the other things kind of fell into place. You know what I'm saying? And that took me down to the Junior Olympics and all the other stuff that followed. All those years of coaching in the Junior Olympics. You know, I got so many stories of being offered a team in Cuba, you know, being offered a team in the Roman Colosseum where the gladiators used to fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to live your life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have the right mind shift. You got to have the right mind shift to do that.
And, you know, right now, you mentioned we're in a battle right now of our life. We are in a battle right now in our life with this COVID, with everything going on. And what we need right now is people like you. I call them guiding lights. I call you guiding light. You know, you're like shining your beacon of light for us on our journey to success. And right now we need those beacons of light and that fearless attitude, because we need to step through this and, like you said, land the plane. We need to land this plane. And so going forward, now let's just kind of shift going forward here. Okay. So come Monday, Dan, you're an educator, you're a teacher, you're back into the classroom, correct?
Correct. I am back in the classroom, and I'm going right into one of Connecticut's hot spots.
Yes. Going into this, what's your mindset going into all this? How are you preparing to deal with this new environment?
I'm telling you, Josh, and all of our audience out there, I'm a little worried. I'm a little scared. You know what I'm saying? And if I wasn't, you know, I probably would not thinking like smart enough about this. If you're not a little worried, a little scared, you know what I'm saying? You're not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So I am a little worried. I am a little scared. But here's the thing. I'm walking in that room, that classroom, that school. You know, I'm going to do what I got to do to land that plane. I'm going to wear my mask. I'm going to wear my face shield. I'm going to keep social distance. I have to change my teaching. You know, I'm a storyteller. I'm in the middle of the classroom. I can't do it anymore. I got to sit at my desk and do computer learning with the kids. I got to put all my lessons on the computer. You know, my storytelling is going to be like videos of me popping up on their computers. I don't really know how to do all that stuff. So I'm walking in there saying, you know what? I'm going to learn new skills because this COVID thing is forcing me. I'm saying I could be scared and I could run, or I could get in there and say, what can I get out of this? If I learn new skills, I get better. If I learn those skills, I can help my students learn better. I can still be there for them during this crucial time when they need some stability and some structure and some routine in their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's going to be guys and gals like me walking into our inner cities on Monday, walking into hotbeds. And we have a lot of reason to be scared. You know what I'm saying? But we got to think about service. We got to think about inspirational leadership. And we got to think about what can we do to get better so we can serve humanity better. You know what I'm saying? And humanity starts right there with, of course, my family, but it starts also right there with the students that are sitting in front of me, as well as the ones that are sitting at home, on their home, on their computer, doing their virtual learning from home. But I can't run and hide from this. You know what I'm saying? I got to be there. I got to step up and be the man.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's what it takes right now is we need to step up. We need to bring the best of us out of us again and really come together and just hit it full force. You're going back into the classrooms Monday. Now, some statewide, it's kind of different. What do you say to children? What do you say to kids like at home or in this new environment now? What advice do you have for them, you being an educator and used to coaching? What do you say to them right now?
Well, this is what I say. And I think this goes for kids and adults alike.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the best things you can do, and I've done this my whole life, right, is keep busy. When you're not busy, your mind starts to wander and it starts to beat you up a little bit. It starts getting anxiety and fear starts coming out. And that's a horrible use of your imagination. But that's what happens if you don't keep busy. You got to keep busy. And then what happens is all of that energy in your mind will go more toward creativity, your creative genius on how to get the job done in front of you, how to do something a little bit better than maybe you did it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But that only happens if you keep busy. If you don't keep busy and don't have constant goals in front of you, you know what I'm saying? If you run and hide or say, I'm not going to go into school or I'm not going to do my work, you know what I'm saying? For whatever reason you make up to justify it, then your mind starts taking over in negative ways and starts giving you fear and anxiety and starts painting a bleak, dark picture. You can't do that. You got to use that creative genius in good, positive ways, not ways that freaking make you hurt. You know what I'm saying? Ways that bring you forward in life and make you a better, higher quality person that makes your circles better places for all the people around you to travel.
Yes. And you've been busy yourself through all this, talking about pivoting and changing and learning new things. You've been pivoting and you've been really busy. So let's talk about what you've been doing, your books. You've got some books coming out. You got Granddaddy Secrets. Remind us about the book Granddaddy Secrets and your other books you've been working on and where we can find them.
Okay, great. So I got to tell you, this last 6 months, I've been crazy busy with COVID. You know what I'm saying? I did all sorts of work around the house yard, but I was busy. And I think I wrote like 10 books and co-authored 5 more books. I've been crazy busy. You know what I'm saying? The Storm, A Sprint to the Top, The Boys of East Hartford. That was the football book I just mentioned to you. Hitting the Mat, just co-wrote that with Brian Previous out in Utah. It's a great wrestling story. One night I got a whole bunch. I think I wrote 15 books of Granddaddy Secrets, over like last year. So if you look up Granddaddy Secrets, you'll find a bunch of them. You'll find them on my website, danblanchard.net, granddaddy6.com. You'll find them on Amazon. Go to my YouTube channel. Whole bunch of great videos and blogs I've been putting out there. And I'm on all the social media channels, Josh. The LinkedIn, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, everywhere. And my Mandalia TV show, of course. Be sure to check me out there as well.
I'm just so thankful, and I think we're all thankful for first responders, for teachers, for nurses, and I just want to say, again, thank you, Dan, for not only that, but, your service as well and everything you're doing for the community. I just want to say a huge thank you. You're a true guiding light, and I'm thankful you're on the show today. I'm going to leave you the last word. What would you like to say, final words to everybody out there today during this time right now?
Take it slow and steady, but never stop. You're the tortoise. You're going to beat the hare. You'll see.
Thank you so much, Dan. Pleasure to have you on. Thank you.
And thank you, Josh. I had a great time today.
Wow, what a conversation. I hope you enjoyed the conversation with Dan. I sure did. I want to say thank you to Dan one more time. I also want to say again, thank you to our first responders. Thank you to our educators, our nurses, our teachers out there. They mean so much. And I think now more than ever, we understand and appreciate them like never before. So a huge thank you. I hope that you see now what I'm talking about. What we need is more Dans. We need more guiding lights like Dan and all my guests on my show. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to shine a light on people like Dan who are out there in our communities right now doing what they can do. They're pivoting, they're moving, they're doing what they can do to help their community. And they are making a difference. And this is what I'm here to do, is to share their messages with you. You can learn more about Dan. I'm going to make sure I have all the links in the description to learn more about Dan, where you can go to find out about what he's doing and all of his books. This guy has been busy. So again, what have we been doing with our time? Dan has been super busy. I hope you've been busy too, or I hope that he sparked something in you to get up, to get out there and do something. That's what this show is all about. I want to say a huge thank you for tuning in to my show. It means a lot to me. And please remember to turn the notifications on so you are alerted when a new mind shift drops. Any questions at all, email me at josh@hellomynameisjosh.com. For me, any guests that have been on the show, or if you know someone who wants to be on the show. Also, learn more about me. Who the heck am I? Anyways, who is Joshua Kangley? We'll learn more at hellomynameisjosh.com. That's www.hellomynameisjosh.com. You can learn more about the show, me, and the books behind me up there. Guys, a huge thank you. A huge, huge, huge thank you. You know, we're going to land this plane, and we're going to land it together. And we're going to do that by stepping into this, facing it head on. And it's going to be uncomfortable. There's a lot of things that we need to address in our current society and in our current world. A lot. And we need to address that. The best of us needs to come out. We need to come together and help one another. Again, thank you so much. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.